Alright, folks, I think today we're going to try to draw a cupcake monster. So I'm going to start with, and I'm using pen today just to mix it up a little bit. One thing I like about pen is like the lines are darker, and once you make your marks, you can't erase and go back to them, so you kind of just have to accept them for what they are. So this is going to be our cupcake top. This is the base right here, and of course, since this is a monster, we're just gonna kind of play around with the shape. So I'm gonna give it this irregular shape, so it's not like a mushroom, but making it seem like it's got frosting or something on top. So there we go. And since it's a cupcake, it's got these little ridges right here on the bottom, right? That's where the little paper cups are. So we can start by doing that. And before I go too crazy, I want to give it a mouth, right? So let's give it a big old mouth. I'm sorry if I turn all my drawings into monsters, more or less, but it's just fun. It's just fun to make all these things silly. So here we go. I'm going to give him 2 teeth, and then I'm going to color in the back of the mouth like this. Like he's yelling. Oh, we should make him like spitting food or drooling or something. That would be fun. And so now I'm going to make the lines to the mouth. And so I'm going to go up like this, like this. That way it still looks like he has a paper cup. He just happens to have a mouth cutting through it. It's just a drawing. This is fun. It doesn't have to be super realistic. It's just a make-believe monster. And so what I'm doing here, I'm doing cross-hatching. So I was going vertical lines up, and now I'm doing these diagonal lines just to make it darker. And that's what's called cross-hatching. If it's just the vertical lines alone, we call that hatching. But here I'm going to keep doing the cross-hatching, and that just makes the mouth, you see, much darker inside. And you can use a pen, actually similar like a pencil, just by kind of just going lightly without pushing hard. And that way you can kind of fill in the little white squares just to kind of make it deeper. And I'm going to go around the mouth, make this outline of the mouth much bolder, like that. And that way you have a well-established mouth. Now if you want, like I said, you can kind of just scribble in there just to fill these lines up if you want to make the mouth a little darker. Now I'm not going too dark because I want to save those darks probably for the eyes or something. Now over here you can see I did some hatching right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just rub my pen just a little bit more just to create a little darker hatching. And I'm going to keep going. Alright. And I'm going to do that same thing to all these little ridges right here just to give them a little bit of the dimension. And I'm going to keep going. Keep going. And that just makes it look cool. Alright. Now, our monster. So we got our cupcake there. Now he needs some eyes. How about we give him a bunch of eyes? So we can, draw one eye there, one eye there, maybe another eye over here. I don't know, maybe it's got candy on them. And these are going to be candy eyes. So since they're in kind of frosting, I'm going to make it look like they're partially all covered. Maybe throw another one over here. Give them little pupils on here. Now you can see our monster coming together. Oh no, our cupcake monster. Who's gonna stop our cupcake monsters? So I feel like he might need to look like he needs more. So maybe we'll give him like some rainbow shots, like sprinkles that you put on ice cream, just to make him seem more of a cupcakey. Now he's kind of like ice cream cupcake, but that's fine. Almost feel like he needs an eye, like somewhere in here. Should we give him another eye? Let's go for it. Can't hurt any. Alright, so we got our eyes. They're all going in here. Now we could make it seem like it's dripping like that. Let's make some dripping right here. Who baked this cupcake monster? But we can't let him in the kitchen ever again. Everything he cooks, he turns into monsters. No! So I'm gonna keep going, and I'm sorry if I'm being silly. Can't help myself when I'm creating these wacky things. Alright, so I'm gonna shade in the cupcake itself because I want the frosting to look like it's brighter. And I'm gonna add a couple more sprinkles here and there. And then this eye is gonna be looking some different direction. Maybe it can looking at something else. And I'm gonna go over the outline some just to make it bolder. And you see, drawing with pen isn't so scary. Look how quickly we made this guy come together. And there we go. And I bet your cupcake monsters are even going to be cooler than what I have going on here. Now we're not doing any coloring just yet, but I could imagine this guy with a bunch of color looking pretty fancy. Now one thing I always like to do is just to give him a little shadow. So we're going to do this. That way he's got a shadow. And then I like having my shadow darker by where the figure actually is, and as it goes further back, it gets lighter. Go close to him like that. And there we go. We got our cupcake monster. Alright. Eat at your own risk. I bet he's tasty. Would anybody out there eat this guy? I think I would. Nom 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 nom. There you folks go. There's your cupcake monster. I hope you had fun. I'd like to see what you guys come up with.